Alrighty, Alex, I am so happy that you are here, and thank you so much for joining me today. This is more of a catch up than really anything because we haven't seen each other for a very long time. So,
Yep.
thank you so much for making space for me. And would you please be so kind as to kind of introduce yourself? Maybe you can give a first name, last name, anything that you want, and then kind of tell a little bit about yourself before we dive in.
Okay, so I'm Alex Lee, 36 years old. Been living in Austin, Texas for about 7-8 years now. Originally from the DMV. That is code for basically the Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia area.
Okay.
So I spent about 10, 11 years in tech. I did tech sales at first, and then gradually climbed the corporate ladder and went into management and then leadership. That was, I tell people that's like my first chapter in life, or my first career chapter. And I'm in my second career chapter, right, of just kind of just being on my own, you know. I feel like when you're a W-2 or you're an employee, you're giving your best parts of your soul
to somebody else. Yes.
And
it feels almost like robbery, you know,
yeah.
like you're robbing.
And they're never
yourself.
going to appreciate it as much as you are. And so I think this next chapter in my life is just about creating, being on my own, and just playing that game of life of like, what can I
actually do with this?
What can I actually do? Like, let's see where this goes. So,
and who can I actually be? You know?
So I've been doing that for about 2.5 years now. Started off as a life coach. It's always been a passion of mine, helping people grow, helping to elevate people. And very recently just started the formation of my second LLC, so I'm going to be dabbling with some Amazon reselling stuff.
Okay, beautiful.
I think that's in line with just enjoying this like entrepreneurial chapter in my life.
Yes. Because there are so many ways to make money in the world, and we should definitely not limit ourselves to only what we've been taught on what the best ways to make money and to live a lifestyle that is, you know, based off of whoever's success it is. So, that is amazing. Thank you for sharing a little bit about yourself, Alex. I appreciate you. Alex and I, we met at a baseball field walking our dogs, and so right then we knew we were going to be best friends. So
that's funny you say that, because I actually, when you said that just now, like, oh, Alex and I actually met. The follow-up thought in my head was like, how did we meet? Like, I actually couldn't remember how we met. But yeah, that's right.
Yes. Being
dog
up
dads.
Late night.
Yeah. All of it, right? Dog dads, being up late at night. If you think about it, we met because that was like a manifestation of our key traits. You know, that's interesting. I never thought of that.
Kind of clashing together.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you do the same thing that I do. That's cool.
Yeah.
No, I love that.
Point.
Okay, so again, welcome to Skin. I like to do these over a game, and we've kind of been doing this before I even made the decision to incorporate this into the podcast.
Yeah.
So we always come and play chess. So
I am curious. Does the game? How do you pick the game to the?
Oh, to the individual.
Yeah.
So I kind of. So for us, I chose chess because this is something that we regularly do. Some other games that I choose with other individuals are games that they have never played before, or I have never played before, or a combination of the two. So it doesn't really matter what the game is. So it just depends on the knowledge of the game. So yes, let us go ahead and begin our game of chess. And my first question to you before we kind of start the catch up, because we have a lot to catch up on.
Yeah.
But currently, are you happy with the individual that you are today?
Yes, I'd say extremely
Okay.
happy with who I am right now.
Why
today.
extremely? That's a very strong word to use.
And sorry, I'm going to be trying to balance
No,
being
absolutely.
a good conversationalist with also being hyper competitive with chess.
Fun fact: I have never won a game yet.
I mean, I've been working towards being able to answer that question. I feel like for the past 20 years. I feel like now that I think of it, a lot of my life design is like designed so that I can always answer that question honestly, and hopefully that it's a not just it's like a hell yes, right? Of like it needs to be clear. But I think I lost sight of that for a while. When I was at my height of my career at Google and MongoDB, I think I got really distracted by shiny object syndrome. You know, a lot of money, a lot of prestige, a lot of ego enhancement. And if you had asked me that question then, I probably would have said no. And so I guess it's a hell yes now because I've done a lot of intentional change in my life to get back in alignment with being able to say yes. So I'm happy and proud to be able to say yes at this point too.
Okay.
It's very intentional.
Yes, yes. Okay, so you're happy with who you are, and you were able to get clear about the individual that you want to be by being intentional about some of your goals or maybe even your vision that you had about yourself.
Yeah, I would say candidly, again, we're like, as a life coach, I talk with a lot of people, so drawing on a lot of parallels here.
Absolutely.
But, you know, in my experience, two very common buckets I see is there are people that don't have the clarity yet, so they're on a journey or a chapter in their life where they're trying to find that clarity. Candidly, I think I was in another bucket, which could even be worse, where it's like you already have that clarity and you know already inside like what authentic to you is, and you're not
actually doing it.
Yeah, so I think I was in that bucket.
I think I had I am the same way, and one thing that I've been talking with ChatGPT about.
Those bastards taking clients away from
is I do not inherently, or I should say I don't even exercise worrying about what other people think about me. But I think when it came to my art, there was still a little bit of that left. I thought I had eradicated that from me, you know. But I find myself not actually putting out the things that I want to because I'm worried too much about how it will be received. Especially because being an artist is a new space for me, and I really don't know what I'm doing. And I don't even know, how do I even quantify or qualify, myself as an artist?
At least you have the self-awareness, though, because I've been in phases in my life where almost as a defense mechanism, I may even convince myself that I don't care what people think. I could see myself being an artist and my actions are showing that I actually do care what people think, but I'm lying to myself, I don't care. So I think it's good that you at least have the self-awareness that you...
Thank you. Thank you. And so what I'm hoping to do is the things that I do envision in my mind and the things that I am writing down, that I actually keep pushing them forward and letting them out into the world, so that other people can see it for whatever reason. LOL.
Whoops. Damn, so I don't know. That's
alright, true.
You want to start over?
Yeah, let's do
And for the record, that was my bad because I set up the board.
But it's funny that happened because we were just talking about the chess experts, commentating on the films.
So, for you audience, you can't see this, but as the third-party spectator, there's this whole setup right now, and people would assume we're filming for a chess podcast or something. So,
hey, who knows? Maybe all the games of the future will just be chess. Yeah. That'll be crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna go again, and I'm going to then, instead of doing that, kind of not the same thing.
For you, I'm curious.
Yes.
What do you think? When you said you feel like you naturally just don't care as much about people's opinions, what do you think that is? Do you think that's upbringing, personality traits, luck?
I think it's my upbringing.
Upbringing?
I feel like my mother has a very strong hand in that. She does not care what anybody thinks, and she is not afraid to be herself in whatever room that she's in. And if you like her, you like her. If you don't, you don't. And so by witnessing that, I've kind of adopted the same kind of nature of, if you like me, you do. If you don't, you don't. And like, maybe if I want to work with you, maybe we could have a sit-down conversation, and like try to, compromise,
Yeah.
Because also, it'll be ignorant for me to think that like who I am is like, that's it, like it's perfect, it's good. And so like when someone doesn't like me, I do want to listen to what it is that they don't like about me. Maybe it's something that I actually need to work on, but I would have not known because the people that do like me are not really saying
Yeah.
that.
So I was just getting these images of Kanye in my mind. Yeah, it's a tough balance. Well, so it's interesting. It's like 9 times out of 10, because I get intrigued by human traits, and I like to just reflect and study and ponder on them. And so I put that in the bucket of self-esteem, to like, whether it's an artist or a business idea or anything, to put something out there and not really care about people's opinions.
Mm-hmm.
You could argue takes a certain form of self-esteem and belief in yourself. And so when I see that in people, because quite literally, I didn't have that growing up. And so one of my life missions in life, because I've worked so hard to instill it in me, is to help instill that in others.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see self-esteem in people, I get curious. And
because that helps you kind of help
Yeah.
other people, get their self-esteem by seeing how other people have done it.
Yeah. So here's the interesting thing, right?
Okay.
You could argue, I could see a bucket of people. Oh, so 9 times out of 10, when I ask someone that, they think it's their upbringing. Whether
Really?
Yeah.
That's so
9 times
interesting.
out of 10. But that's a good thing if you think about it, right?
Okay.
Because that means that it's not genetic. That means
it can be taught.
it can be shaped, it can be taught, it can be adopted. And so I actually think that that's a good thing. That yeah. And of course, there's always going to be those outliers, but
Most definitely.
my move, right?
Yes, sir. Beautiful. So, let's get back to, let's get to what have you been up to in the past few months? When did we see each other? Was it like, wait, have we seen each other this year yet?
Yeah, it was at Dark Horse.
Yes,
Yeah.
they had like a F1 event or something. No, not F1 event, but like.
I was just working there.
Oh, yes, you were. That was
Yeah.
after that event. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Honestly, it's just been work. And I say that in a good way because I think what I'm realizing is that work is really fun to me. So I see it as just, I'm getting to play a lot now. So I've just been...
How did you come to that conclusion? That it's fun to you?
I don't know. So I think on questions like, the classic, right? Of like, oh, what are your hobbies or what do you like to do? I think a more interesting way or more impactful way to measure that I've been finding is to ask, what do you spend the most time doing? And if you actually audit what you physically do, there's a saying that your actions actually reflect your values more than what you say your values are. So by auditing what you actually do, you get a sense of that. So I did that exercise. Sure enough, like a lot of my time was spent either working, doing something physical, like going to the gym, boxing, whatever, and spending time with my dog and being outdoors. And I'm like, you know what? That's actually a good representation of what my values are. And I started asking those questions like, why do I spend so much time working and stuff? And I think it just gives me a sense of pride in creating something and getting to like put it out there, knowing like, yeah, that has my freaking stamp of approval on it. So, and that's where I feel like you have found authenticity or alignment in what you're doing, because Now that, so get this, right?
Okay.
You could take the same task. Let's say it's accounting related stuff. I'm currently trying to get my books in order. If I was an employee, I could see that would seem like a tedious task. But because I'm connected with my mission now, everything underneath that umbrella, it doesn't matter what it is still exciting.
And it's helping you kind of build towards your mission.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um,
No, I love that because I tell people that all the time for myself is if I was to die today, I will be okay because I am already doing what I want to do. You know, I'm not waiting to make films or to write them. That is so crazy. See, this is how we started. That is crazy. This is why I don't like talking and playing chess with you.
It's not that bad though.
That is kind of crazy. I know, but that doesn't mean I needed to lose that right now. Like, I actually wanted to use that. That was the second piece I put.
I'll share some secrets now. All right, now that I don't know why I'm giving away some of my chess secrets.
No, keep them in.
But I will share that I'm sure you can feel it. Chess is almost like poker too, because sometimes you do a move and you're making moves also based on how I've played him in the past, his personality. You're also anticipating their moves as well. And so that's part of the game. For things like this with simple exchanges, when I know I'm playing someone with less experience, I'll attack first because I know it messes with their head. So that was a very just letting you in on the mind of Alex.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Alrighty. So as I was saying,
how do you feel?
I'm trying not to be discouraged about this game. I'm trying to at least put up an effort to try to beat you today. So as I was saying, I let people know that I would be okay because I have already taken the steps to do the things that I want. You know, I like telling stories. I like writing. I love reading. I like being outdoors in nature. I like going out and meeting new people and building relationships. So like I'm already doing all of these things, and I'm not waiting to become a filmmaker. You know, like I might not have like sold like a whole bunch of films and made millions of dollars, but like it's not for me. It's not about the money. I'm happy that I have the ability to even do this. I have the equipment, you know, to even do what we're doing today. So I am grateful for where I'm at, and I know that if I continue on this path, I will reach some of the goals that are in my mind, and hopefully things that I haven't even conceived of kind of come about with what I am doing. And
Amen.
But a good friend of mine that I've made in Austin, he's an 82-year-old business owner, and like I was asking him like, what's the secret? Like you've been in business for like 50 years.
And how old were you at this time?
This was like last year, 2024. So I was 26.
Okay.
And so I'm like, you've been able to be this successful, you know, like, you may not be swimming in cash, you know, but like you have a business, you have employees, you have a nice home, you know, you're able to do the things that you want. What is it? He's like, honestly, like you just cannot give up. You just have to keep going no matter what. And so like that is definitely instilled in me now, you know, to make sure that like whatever it is that I keep going, and that also to like find joy in all that I'm doing. Like you said, like this accounting, you know, it's like I'm finding joy in doing that because it's part of my business.
It makes it more sustainable too. Yes, it does. Like it's so much easier to play a game that you love forever than playing a game you hate forever. Like you might as well, if you're gonna be playing the game regardless, you might as well create a version of it that you love playing.
Absolutely, especially because you know challenges are going to rise wherever you play the game at, and it's like I'd rather be challenged towards the things that I want to do and overcome those things. Like that's where I find fulfillment and satisfaction. If I overcome those challenges, you know, those things that try to stop me from doing the things that I want to do, even if that is myself.
Yeah.
So.
And it kind of falls back to that umbrella example we gave, right? Of like when challenges come up, but you're playing it through the game that you want to, everything that falls in that umbrella or that game is exciting, and you have more energy and fuel to be able to tackle it in a anabolic and powerful way.
Absolutely. I love that. Yes.
All right, got our first points on the board. There we go.
Let's see if I can zone in on the game too. Okay, so last I spoke with you, you were seeing clients and you were kind of building
Dark Horse, right?
Yes, you're kind of also like posting on blog spaces to like. Was it blog spaces, or you were posting your own blog so that you could kind of find new clients?
Yeah,
because you're trying to prospect new people to do.
So I think when we saw each other at Dark Horse, what I was quite literally doing was organizing my mailing list. So it was probably since I was doing that, it was probably connected to something like that. Yeah.
So now that you have come into this new realization that like, yes, you enjoyed being a life coach but now you realize that you are more of an entrepreneur. Not to say that you weren't already as a life coach, but like your mind is now expanding to what you can actually do in this space. So are you still trying to find new clients, or are you moving towards something else? Are you trying to incorporate two things into one?
Yeah.
How does that factor into your life? Because you're moving now, like, is that why you moved, or like?
Yeah, so it's like, who's moving? Yours, mine?
It is absolutely yours.
It's
yours.
It's all the above. So,
talk to me.
Kind of going back to that umbrella, right? Of like, if you find the right umbrella, everything underneath it is still in the shade of like that umbrella. So it's still, And so one of that same things was, so I work with my own coach. And so one of the things that our sessions and time together helped me realize was that in 2023 or 2024, a lot of my strategy was just like, hey, let's throw a lot of spaghetti at the wall and just like a lot of action, busy work, making yourself feel like you're like just doing a lot of shit, quite frankly. And it created results. But
were there false positives?
I don't think there were false positives.
Okay.
I think, I'm sure there were, but that wasn't something that I was focusing on at the time. The main thing was just that, because I come from a business background, and I was reflecting on the year, what worked, what didn't. And by the way, reflection, holy shit, man. It's so underrated.
It's
like
underrated.
Sleep. People don't realize how underrated these things are.
It is.
Anyways, though,
that's something I try to share as well.
Yeah. No, dude, it's life-changing.
No, it is.
Okay, so now they're on this topic.
Go ahead, let's get into it.
Sleep,
Reflection. Go ahead, let's talk
reflection, breath, and reading. I've noticed these four things, when I'm doing these in my life, good things happen.
And I love that you added breath, because one of my 2025 goals that I wrote was to breathe more.
Intentional
to be very,
breathing too.
conscientious about my breath.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, because sometimes I feel like when you might get discomforted, or you maybe even stressed, or you are in a situation where you don't know how to react, like your breathing becomes irregular, and I'm trying to be conscious of that, to kind of connect with how I actually feel in moments, and then kind of regulate my body so that I can think through whatever it is I wanted to, and actually be the person that I want to be in a situation, rather than just kind of reacting to whatever comes my way.
That's a great point. It definitely is a strong precursor to like staying present and being able to control and not be controlled by like your thoughts or your emotions. Another thing is that book, The Body Keeps the Score, right?
Oh my, that is so crazy you said that, because I literally just opened up a book today that literally had, because I had wrote it down because someone told me. I feel like it might have been you, but it was written down, but I was like, and so I added it on Audible as well. So like, I'm trying to read that book too.
By the way, I don't know if you saw, Audible just had a massive sale.
What?
I don't know. There's no point in me telling you now, but dude, those are good sales.
Well, I had like 15 credits, unused credits, and my light is falling. Will you pull the Thank you. I definitely need to invest in. Yeah, that's good. Some sandbags. Especially if I'm gonna be doing this outside a lot. Maybe this. True.
All right. So what were we talking about?
That sounds good. I'm gonna do that too.
Body keeps the score.
Yes. We were talking about the sale that Audible is having, and I was telling you that I have like 16 unused credits, so like that's like 16 books. So.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to finish the books that I have.
That's half the battle, right? Is like actually. So one thing I'll also share though is Naval Ravikant. He's like the founder and CEO of like Angels List or something like that.
Okay.
But he's very well known in the like human optimization, success, podcast, self-improvement type of world. And I feel like he got really famous because he was one of the top podcast episodes on the Tim Ferriss Show, which has a really strong following. So that's how I heard of him. And I think I just like realized I forgot what we were talking about. Man, that happens so much nowadays. You'd be surprised how often that happens.
No.
How did we get on the topic?
Because we were talking about the body keeps the score, and then.
Oh,
yes,
right.
Yes,
so, one of his claims to fame is that he's a bibliophile. Like, he just loves the actual act of reading. And so he's constantly reading. And
I'm trying to be a bibliophile too.
Yeah, for real, right?
Because I used to be when I was younger, and then it kind of like washed away.
And maybe since you were a bibliophile when you were younger, maybe you've already made this connection. But he said that really changed my relationship with reading. Is like he just likes to read. He doesn't care what he reads, and he definitely doesn't care about finishing things. If he picks something up and if it bores him, he just...
That's the new perspective.
Right? And so he says he constantly has like 3 or 4 books constantly just like floating in rotation. And so I've been adapting that with the Audible too. And it just... I constantly am just like...
I'm not gonna lie, that makes me feel so better. Oh my goodness, because I'm just thinking about the 5 books.
Do this to ourselves, right?
I know. I have like 5 books that I'm reading, and like one is like an academic book, another one is a book on conceptual art, another one is just like some reading. Anyway, they're just all random, but like today I was reading the book that actually I think I brought it. This book on conceptual art, and I was like, yo, I need to finish this book. And I was like, I would feel so satisfied because I haven't finished the book in a very long time because I've been doing this whole like reading 5 books in rotation at one time because I do just like the act of reading. But I kind of want to see the culmination of what I've been reading from like whatever author, you know, like I've been reading this and I've been reading a book by Eric Ries called The Lean Startup, you know, and which is how I got to doing a film every 4 months as these minimum valuable products so that I can kind of test my audience and my work. So
well, you can even argue even with that, it's like, I don't know how you feel about this, but I with TV shows too, I notice now instead of just sticking to one I'll be cycling through like 3 or 4.
Oh, at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you got to. You got to. Especially because it's like the show may be good, but sometimes it begins to get boring, you know? And it's like, okay, I need a break for you. Let me go watch something.
Dude, especially if you're watching, every time I rewatch Game of Thrones, man, it's
a heavy show.
It's a marathon, yeah. It's draining. It's a commitment.
It is. And that's why, like, people always ask me, like, hey, Sage, you're a filmmaker, but you don't watch a lot of films. I was like, look, I don't know, like, watching films is a huge commitment. Like, you have to commit to the film because I don't want to watch a film and then like not know what I'm watching. You know, it's like when a TV show is like, I'm okay with like not knowing all of it. You know, I'm gonna see them in the next episode and I'm sure they're gonna talk about whatever it is that they did, like whatever. But
unless it's a show that it's like your comfort show that you've seen a lot. Those are easy to like. Mine's Seinfeld. I can have that in the background, just like 24/7.
But you know what I've been trying to do now with the way that I watch is as a filmmaker and trying to kind of understand what I like to watch and what I like what I like to make in my style is I try to pay more attention to the shows that like I just watch straight through, because if I watched it straight through, you know, I didn't start looking at another show. It's like, okay, I really like this, you know, and so like I'm trying to go back and see what it is exactly that motivated me to just watch the whole show and like, you know, even if it's one
Mm.
season, 2 seasons, however many seasons, you
I
know.
like that. Now you're actually going. It's like business or work. You know, like now you're like actually, you know, treating it like a real profession.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I like that.
Absolutely.
Continued studies.
It is, yeah.
It's one of my QuickBooks categories that I created. Continued studies. Yeah.
No,
Isn't that crazy though? How so many like different subjects, like school subjects, right? I feel like they all kind of emerge or converge at times. You know, like history can somehow lead into like economics, which could lead into like math,
yeah.
physics. So in theory, like you could probably, there's probably a physics formula out there that can like represent like an economic theory, you know? Like it's all weirdly related.
And I don't know, maybe I've heard it from multiple people or maybe one person, but people always told me, hey, if you like this and you like that, like figure out how you can just join them together because there's probably a way, you know, and like I am a
And
musician.
that's where success is found. When people can finally find that, that's how it all connects. That's capitalism at its finest if you think about it.
And it keeps the creator authentic because it's something that only they can do. It's only something that they can bring together. No one else can bring
And
these two things together, you know?
It's the perfect barrier to entry.
Yeah.
Like,
there is no barrier
just
because
be you.
Right?
No one else can
What a
beat you at
phenomenon.
that. Yeah.
Just be you.
Jeez.
It's definitely your turn.
My
by
turn,
the way.
okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure I castle by the way? I don't know
Oh,
if
you
it's-
cast him.
okay.
Very true, very true, very true, very true, very true, very true. Definitely, it's my turn there.
Where'd you get that shirt from, man?
It was actually a gift from my old roommate, and he was getting rid of some things. So I took this off of him. I didn't like it at first. I'm not gonna lie. I did not
Really?
wear it for a while, but then I brought it out, and now it's. I
Yeah, it
kinda
looks
like
good
it
on you,
more.
man.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've been discovering also that I'm a fan of patterns. Not any specific patterns, but like I've been trying to find some like more pattern pants and shirts, you know, because I don't like logos or anything like even what you have like on this linen shirt, you know. I like something very simple, but like it's stylistic, you know, like it has a particular style to it.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like the color palette really matches you too. I've been watching. You ever see those videos on like TikTok or Instagram of like the color consultants? They'll like put a bunch of like a red scarf over you, so it covers your whole thing.
Okay.
So you can see like what color really goes with your overall vibe. So they'll put a few scarves on you, like they'll go color by color, and you'll see like some colors just make someone pop. And so
I
as
haven't seen this. I need to watch that video. That sounds nice.
well, as I was taking each of those colors in my mind and just trying to picture like, okay, pink, how would you look just with pink, turquoise, green, and like all those colors individually, I feel like fit you really well.
I might need to explore that.
Dude,
Thank you.
That could be a thing. Like, just put someone. I'm thinking of an app idea.
Oh, got you. Thank you. I'll follow it now. I'll follow it. Go ahead.
See, I'm getting better at communication. That could have been a huge jump.
No, it's okay.
Think about that. An app where first they put you through a quiz so you know like what your best colors are, and then just putting it all together. Oh wow. Finding.
Would the user make an avatar, or would they kind of like just input their skin tone, and see like test the colors?
Maybe like, yeah, take a selfie or a video and do it live or something. Maybe
because Amazon already does something like that where like you can see furniture and different stuff inside of your room.
Yeah,
you know, like maybe you can use that same kind of technology.
And there's probably data out there already of like, hey, in general, these colors look good with this type of skin. Yeah, oh yeah. So I bet that would probably be the starting point of like, see what data is available. But
right, because there's like color theory, you know. Yeah,
color theory. But think about that, because I'm like, perfect. I bet all those colors would have been on your top colors, and I'm like, yeah, just put them all together.
And see, okay, thank you. I'm gonna try that out because I don't have anything in these colors.
What's your usual
My usual. So right
I'm trying to think
now,
back to what do you usually wear?
for about like, not for about like, but for the past 5 years,
Yeah.
I've been just rocking some earth tones. You know, some
Mm.
greens and some browns. Yeah, some beiges. I do want to like add some red and some yellow in it, but anyways, that was before. I don't know. Maybe I might.
Yellow, like mustard yellow. I
Yeah.
can see that.
But red. I don't have any of red. I don't have anything red, and I have been really enjoying the color red of
Mm.
late, and I don't know why.
Isn't that weird? How we can go through phases in our life enjoying a new color. That's so crazy, right? It's like a new way of experiencing life.
No, it is because like my film is going to be a black and white film, but I have one scene where I'm going to have one of my actors in silhouette against a red background dancing inside of like my main character's mind. So that is the only use of color that I will have in that film. But I chose red because I've been fond of red, so I kind of want to see what it's going to look like now, like just using red in my life now.
That'd be interesting if like you create like a branded studio where like it's just like every movie has like it's based on a color or like a color theme or
I like that. I do.
That'd be interesting. Just went there.
You just drinking your night? Beautiful.
You know, this is gonna be
I'm listening.
oddly specific. Whatever the opposite of a pet peeve is, just something I really like.
Okay.
It's like I've always enjoyed when you're at a park or something, and there's like a baseball field or something, and it's like nighttime, but the contrast of the stadium lights, and we're kind of getting that vibe now.
Oh wait. Okay, so I'm lit up. I was really.
I don't know what
It's soft. Well, I mean, like.
it's more so like yes, like
Okay.
the actual color vibes here is nice too, but for some reason like just seeing it in the peripherals of like a dark, this soft blue, maybe even like a little lighter, and then like a bright light. For some reason, when I see that in my peripherals,
It
it's
just feels
comforting.
magical.
Yeah. It's like seeing like twinkles in the
No,
back.
it is not. That's exactly the good feeling. And it's definitely, I feel like why I love shooting at night. I love a very warm look. And those like, a lot of my film that I'm working on now is just at nighttime, you know, because my admiration for the night.
I like that.
So
maybe that's why we're like night people too. Or
no,
night
for
owls.
sure.
For real, yeah. I wonder. I wonder if there are any studies around that. The like correlation between like night owls and I don't know, like their preference for color or stuff like that.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, something else that I found very weird, but definitely matches because it's a part of who I am. But I've been I haven't posted in a while, but when I was posting on TikTok, I found that when I posted at night, I would just get more engagement, more views. And I don't know if it was because like more people found, you know, because like I would make it at night and I would post it at night too. And so it's like whoever's up with me, you know, whoever, you know,
what else is in the background?
indulges in
is
this
like
life.
like nightlife, like bars and stuff? Is
No,
it like this?
it's like I had this one video that did well where I was just talking to, I was literally at a grill near the pool in my apartment complex, and I had the camera low angle. It was cold at night. I was in like a blue pea coat, and Coco, I came home from work and she had threw up everywhere, and I was just rapping about like my cleaning efforts and like having to take care of Coco and like so, but it did pretty well, and I was like, wow, like, and then I posted some more videos at night or during the evening time, and like they did pretty well. So I need to kind of like, and so like, and that's something else. Like I will learn some things, whatever it may be, but like I take too long to like put into practice the things that I learn, and it's not to say that like I need to be rushing through everything, but like I have the knowledge, let's use it. You know, like why am I holding on to it? You know, like if I have an idea, put it out there, like, you know. And I'm really trying to not be a perfectionist, and I don't really think that I am. But
is that what you think is preventing you from implementing faster?
Yes, because I feel like it needs to be a particular way, but I also have to remember, like I told you at the beginning of this conversation, who am I even as an artist? I'm not really sure, like, what is my style? Like, what kind of colors do I like? You know, like, how do I like to see things all the time? Or, like, does it matter the situation or the subject? And so those things, you know, I'm trying to explore. And so I shouldn't be a perfectionist when it comes to this, especially because I'm trying to explore. I talk so much about self-exploration and kind of discovering who you are by just doing it. But that, and also like the little bit of shedding that I need to do of like caring, you know, how people are going to perceive my work. But like, I'm not going to get anywhere if I just keep, you know, creating it and then just letting it sit because I'm waiting for a particular element. Like, I've started doing these. So I want to document my life and building of my company, especially because people are making loads of money streaming. So I'm just really trying to tap into
Might as well get a piece of that pie.
I'm trying to get a piece of the pie.
Might as well.
And so I've been like doing these live editing sessions or like these live meetings with some of my actors as I'm trying to build the film. But I haven't put it out yet because there's an element that I have not done yet, and that is like I want a like nice motion graphic of the name of this docuseries, however long it's going to be called, The Auteur. And like I don't know how to do it within the editing software, so I need to learn how to do that. But like because I have not done that, I have not released any video on YouTube, even though there is no other thing that is holding me back from releasing it. But because of this element, I have not released it. And it's like when I get the element made, great, but like I shouldn't hold the stuff that I've already created, you know. So that's something that I need to gotta get past.
I wonder, because I don't know your world that much. Because I'm a huge fan of taking lessons from over here and, you know.
And transferring.
Yeah. And so a thought that popped in my head was what we're talking about like.
Did you move this?
Yes.
Okay.
The freedom and ease you start to feel with the books, right? Of like, what if I just have this one masterpiece project that I'm working on, and then I can be putting out other things that's still helping me with the overall mission that I'm trying to put out.
It's all under that umbrella that you were speaking of, yes.
And then realizing you can juggle multiple things. So yeah, that thought popped in my head.
No, absolutely. And like we were talking about being like forever learners, and like I'm always wanting to learn something new, but I need to make sure. Okay, you start picking up stuff like that. I gotta get worried.
Any big movements?
You're like, whoa! Why is your arm going across like that?
That's hilarious.
Like I thought I looked at the board the last move. Oh.
See, now that I know that, I'm gonna use that in my strategy.
I'm doing it.
It really is a poker game.
No, I'm discovering. My goodness. So yeah, I definitely lost what I was saying earlier, but
I think the last thing I remember us talking about was perfection in your project, and I brought up books and giving yourself freedom to juggle different things.
Yes. And so, I've been trying to make sure. Oh, I told a friend this the other day. It's like there's always a lot of things that I want to learn and do, and what I'm trying to do, especially with like this mindset of creating these minimal valuable products of the short films, is incorporating a little bit of all the things that I'm trying to learn, you know, inside this overall project. So like I can feel, okay, I am actually working towards it, you know, and like I learn best by doing and engaging with the subject, and so by doing this, like I can feel confident that like I'm actually learning, and then I am taking steps to honing whatever skill it is that I'm trying to get under my belt.
Let me ask you this then: what made you in the first place want to adopt that new, you know?
Yes, so I don't know how severe my anxiety is. I definitely have anxiety, and that manifested itself also in stomach aches in the morning. every morning. And like, I'm sure there's other stuff, but like, I've had stomach aches since I was a kid. And
Body keeps the score.
The body keeps the score. No, facts.
Seriously, right? It's
I haven't even read the book yet.
And you get it, right?
Yeah. And so, I don't know. Maybe I did it on a whim, or like my mother always teaches me to like write out my days, and she always says like only 1% of the people in the world actually
reflection.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is.
It is.
So she's like go ahead and write out your days and like start doing it the day before. Write out what you want to do the next day. And so I started doing that, and when I woke up in the morning, my stomach wasn't as uneasy anymore because I wasn't kind of worried about all the things that I wanted to do that day, because I already made a decision the night before and it's written down. And also what I've been doing recently is on the self-reflection thing. And this year is after each day I have like day notes where I kind of like review what it is that I accomplished, I didn't accomplish, and kind of write down why I wasn't able to, or what kind of get out of the way, or what I allowed to distract me. So that I can keep track of like, if I need to get something done, like be mindful. If that person calls you, you gotta say no. Or if somebody says this, like you gotta say, I cannot help you, It's just, and so
I need to start doing that again.
It helps a lot. And so like, I keep track of my days, like even if it's like from like cleaning the house or going to do this and this and that, like I write it down. And I really started adopting writing down in college because I was working 5 jobs and I was going to school, and so like there was a lot that I was doing at once, and like also trying to fit in studying, and passing my classes. So like I, in my like little planner that the school would give you, like I had my day down to the hour. Like I'm spending an hour studying this subject, an hour studying this subject, an hour studying this subject, and then if I finish it all, I'll double back to something I didn't finish. That way I knew that I was hitting upon everything, like doing these passes. And so like, what happened is when I started doing this, I started realizing that I was putting too much in my days and I wasn't getting things done. And so I was always having to like...
What do you mean by that? That you're putting too much into your days?
So like I would say, okay, I want to go take my dog to get a bath. I want to edit this video. I want to work on this writing thing. I want to call this person. I want to... right? And so like that's like 5 or 6 things right there. And by the end of the day, I realized that I only did like 2 or 3 things. And then I would start being like, they're like, dang, like, what am I, like, what's going on? And like, there's just so much to do all the time and I'm not able to get it done. And like, I was beginning to move items from one day to the next day because I wasn't getting them done. And it's like, okay, if I'm doing that anyway, why don't I just like shorten my list, put 1 or 2 things down that I am really going to focus in on, and like, okay, it's okay if like I took a breather here to cook, like cooking was a chore because it's like I want to get these things done, but I have to spend a couple hours in the kitchen cooking, and then I got to eat, and then it's like I've never even got to like, now I have like 2, 3 things, on my list that I really can focus on, and then I kind of tackle it that way and I kind of feel better. And that's kind of how I adopted that mindset. And like even now, what I do now is I set weekly goals because I want to make sure that I am working on the podcast, I'm working on my film, I'm working on my client work, I'm writing, I want to do all this during the week, but I know that I can't do it all in one day. And so now I have this weekly goal chart, and then I plan on my days based off of the goals that I have set at the beginning of the week, and that kind of like helps a lot. Okay. Yeah.
And then so as part of that, because I think we originally got on this topic because we're talking about like the perfection, right? And then you kind of shared like, I think you're in a phase where you're trying to, in a sense, like strategically put out content. Oh, that's what it was. You're trying to strategically put out content based on a new technique you're trying to learn. Okay, so that's what it was. So, yeah. What made you
And so like the old tour, like it just literally like now like with that docu-series is all I'm trying to do is put up my camera while I'm doing what it is that I'm doing, and just posting that. So it's not not supposed to be like something very artistic. It's just documentation, and I really kind of, outside of like the streaming and stuff, like the book that I'm reading, Conceptual Art, like it talks about how documentation is, the importance of documentation in one's art. And so I am trying to...
What do you mean by that? documentation with an art.
Yeah, so whether it's taking photos or making notes, like it's all part of
literally documenting.
Literally documenting, because it's like in conceptual art, the number one thing is the concept and the idea, and the execution of it is part of the process. But like the holy grail of an artist who claims to make conceptual art is the concept itself, and whatever he's doing is a manifestation of the concept, right? Rather than allowing your art to, like, I mean, I shouldn't say you can allow, but like in like other art, like the book talks about formalism, where the value of someone's art is based off of someone's taste and someone's critique of it, rather than the intent of the artists themselves. Like, what did I intend for this to be? Which is kind of also how I kind of developed showing my film in this way. You know, when I distributed it, is like in these 5 to 7 minute bites, have people come to each of the viewings. You know, at the end of this run, the whole film will be played, but you can come start at the beginning, you can start in the middle, and the film will be different. You will experience the film differently because of where you started. And I'm just curious, I'm like, is that actually true? That's my hypothesis. You know, is that actually true? Will people be into that? You know, like, because coming into this space, I also want to do something different, you know, and like, whether it works or not, I want to try, because I won't be able to figure out the thing that sets me apart if I don't try different things.
Okay, so the hypothesis again is that you will have a different experience of the end product based on what your first exposure to it was.
The film is, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, from a purely marketing standpoint,
yes.
I just love like the back drastic switches. A thought that popped in my head is, I feel like you should tell people that. Like, that should be one of the ways you market this experience, because then it could potentially get them invested. Like, yeah, I want to come now to the final one, and you could also market as like a big lead up to the final thing.
And here's some addition stuff, because I've been kind of rummaging on it. Is I'm gonna.
I like that word, by the way. That's that's a good word. Underrated word.
It is.
I've
been reading a little bit more. My 5-book rotation. Mementos. I want to have mementos of the film. And like, I've been like really trying to like explore this idea of motifs in the film, and like kind of making sure, you know, my film thematically.
What does motif mean?
Something that kind of like, it's like a symbol that kind of you see over and over within the film.
Oh, interesting.
Like say Inception, you know, the top, you know, like that's a motif itself that represents something very specific.
Hence the memento.
Yes. And so at each viewing of the bite-sized film, and it's crazy because like the film is only gonna be like 20 minutes long, you know, so it's gonna be like really short, but like I'm trying to create a whole experience where it's like, you know, people come in, they mix and mingle, we watch the film, then we do a Q&A, and like, you know.
That's smart.
Yes.
Are you gonna do Q&A before or after the?
After.
That's smart.
After. You're here already, you better listen. And so like, as I've been like getting my actors, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be showing the film. Like, I need you. Like, you don't need to come to every viewing, but like, I need you at least at one for one of these Q&As. But so the experience. So the memento. So like, say it's a flower or say it's a note. Like, but I wanted to add to the story that isn't on film, right? So like, maybe it's a note that he wrote to his wife because his wife is deceased for 3 years now. And maybe it's a letter, you know, that he wrote to her that people will be able to pick up and take with them after.
Ooh, I like that.
And so, like, you pick up these pieces along the way to learn a little bit more about my main character. Maybe I might add in my supporting actress as well. And then, like, you start so now you have the film, you know, the information that I'm giving you. You can kind of add those together to kind of formulate your, you know, idea or your opinion about the film. Especially because I am wanting this to be a surreal drama, and so like one of the key elements in the film is that every time my main character walks through a door, he finds himself in a new environment. And so I'm really wanting to see how my audience is going to take that.
Give away doors as well.
You know, that'd be crazy. I mean, what I really want is that like I want to have like for the film. I don't have the money to do it, but like what I really wanted to do is have like a door, like a prop door in every location, you know, that like appears. But I'm gonna have to try to like do like some like simple VFX where like, you know, he kind of like pops into the new space, you know, or like just like a simple cut that's super quick, or maybe it's cutting on motion so like the audience isn't too disoriented. But it will be disorienting for my character, and so like I have these moments of like breath, and like he goes in, he's like, you know, trying to grapple, and like things are starting to take place in front of him that seem natural, right? Because people are interacting with him like they know him, but he was just at home, now he's in a park, like he's still kind of grappled with like his surroundings. But there's this kid that's asking him for a treat, and like he looks in his bag, and all of a sudden there's a treat to give her. And so I also want to kind of leave my audience wondering like what is real and what is fiction, you know, and kind of wrestle with that. This is my hope. You know, we'll see how people actually receive it. So this is my desire. Can I actually pull this off? I don't know, but like it will also allow me to like after the film is done to reflect on all that I've done and to see like where was I actually successful in my vision, and like where did I fall short, and wherever I fell short.
In terms of communicating it to...
Yes.
Okay.
Communicating my vision, executing it, you know, sharing it, and so that when I go to the next film, like I can take that with me, because like I really love this like magical realism space, you know. I really thought I wanted it to be in like
magical realism.
I wanted it to be like dark fantasy and create fantastical pieces, but like I do want to create fantastical pieces, but I do like having magic kind of blend into our waking, you know, or I should say our reality.
You mean like
as we
actual magic? Or
like magical elements, you know, like in this case, like he walks through a door and he teleports to another location.
Okay.
But like it's not seen as teleportation, it's like, okay, what's going on, you know, like, and like it's repeated enough for the audience to be like, okay, maybe he's going through his memory, or maybe he's actually living it, you know, who knows. So
interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I definitely moved this beautiful piece up here.
Okay.
Yes.
Dude, my so I live near, what's it called? Onion Creek Park now.
Okay.
So I've been going.
Definitely know.
Yeah.
Near Palmer Lane? Or a little bit past Palmer.
I just know it's off of North Lamar.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think it's...
Yeah, I know the area. Because I used to live up there.
Okay. Dude, so I've been going there like every day.
Are you itching? I'm doing like bent over trying to like, dang, what is going on? Yeah.
Making eye contact
as I'm scratching my life away. Like, gosh.
But yeah, dude, so I've been going on like hour-long hikes every day.
Dang.
With Rocco since I moved out here.
Who are you? Hour-long walks every day.
Dude, my
is it nice?
Getting so bit of. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's there's a certain, because I'm not gonna lie, like it sucks sometimes with the sun and the heat, but I think it's like my daily dose of suffering. You know how like people have ice baths? I see it as like a similar, you know.
And I'm trying to go swimming in Barton Creek, but that cold water just. But yeah, I hear you.
How do we get on this topic? What were we talking about?
Oh, because you just decided to share with me about Onion Creek that you just moved there. But it's good.
Oh, because I was itching. So, needless to say, the original point was my feet are super bit up right now. Yeah.
But let's talk about that. You moved from the east side of Austin up north. What motivated the move? Does it have
more space?
Oh, you need like in terms of like living, or in terms of like getting around?
Okay, so this is a really interesting question because I don't think I've ever. Yeah, I think you're the first person I will ever articulate or express this to.
Okay.
Of like a lot of the thought that went behind this. So, I think a great way to help you get a better picture of like how you want to design your life is asking two questions. The first one is, how do you want to be remembered? And the second one is, what regrets do you not want to have on your deathbed? I think both can be very telling for different reasons. When I did this exercise and I thought about like the regrets, my biggest one of my biggest fears is to feel that feeling of like that you didn't like enjoy or take advantage of or savor every moment you have with a loved one. And I know it's cheesy to say, but Rocco is like,
no, I understand.
You know,
I got my own baby. I hear you.
And you know, he's like 7 or 8 now, and I'm starting to see his age, like gray hairs. He's a little stiff in the morning. It takes him a minute to, you know, so all those little signs. And you know, I was living downtown. I love the neighborhood. I've been living there for like 7, 8 years. But you know, to live in that neighborhood, I had to forego space for it to fit my budget, basically. And I just like, I kind of look at my dog and I'm like, you know, this kind of sucks for him. He just has like this small space. And I feel like I would feel really shitty if after I lose him, I'm like, wow, I didn't try to do the best I could to make his life comfortable for like whatever time he has left. And so I was like, you know what? It was a sacrifice for the neighborhood that I love. It's truly been like the only home I've ever felt my entire life. So it was a very intentional decision of like, okay, I'm going to give this up because I think values evolve. And that was a perfect example of, at one time, this was like the most important thing, but it evolves.
It did.
Because of reflection, I was able to
no, that's great.
see
that's
that.
Great. That's great. I might have to be part of the title of our episode.
Yeah, how reflection can change your life.
Yes.
Or if you're not doing this one thing, you're losing out.
You have to listen to the whole podcast to find out what the one thing is.
Dude, I hate to say it, but I don't know if you're a big YouTuber. I'm a huge YouTuber.
I'm in terms of like watching YouTube.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm an ingester. I'm not a creator. They're rolling out this feature now where you can use AI to just, it'll give you a text summary of it.
Of
Dude,
the video?
Yeah, half the time nowadays.
You don't even watch the video? No.
I get what I need, and so that's something to be aware of.
That is crazy. All this effort people put into their YouTube videos, and
Maybe
you're
we'll
just
cut
like,
that
give me
part.
the summary. I never want to watch it. I just want to know the information.
Yeah.
But it lets you know that we are definitely in an age of knowledge. You know, people just want to know things, right? For whatever reason. Like, I feel that heavy. Like, I want to know as much as I can, you know, like as many languages, you know, as many cultures. Like, I want to know how people think, you know, how, you know, everything about my craft. Like, what is it? You know? And like, for what reason?
Yeah.
Because I don't need to know everything. You know, I don't need to know everything.
You know how you were talking about the color red?
Yes.
And how it's like this new way of experiencing life? It's almost like learning a new whatever and like going all in. It's almost like giving you a new way of experiencing life. It's like experiencing life through the character of a filmmaker, through the character of a coach. You know, it's like, that's interesting.
And that was definitely a changing point for me with who I am today was who am I, you know? Do I want to be a film director? You know, how does a film director, you know, operate, you know? How
Picturing a big scarf. You're got the
I'm
glasses.
not gonna lie, I am a scarf person. I have 3 beautiful scarves, and I definitely want to expand my collection. But when I started asking these questions about, okay, this is the direction that I want to take in my life. I want to own this, you know, international film studio and share stories across the whole entire world. Like, what does that person look like? What does he do? How does he approach people? You know, and I'm still definitely, that's a good one. How do I approach people? But asking these questions helped me kind of develop the individual that I am today, along with like my own moral compass and my own upbringing and things that I hold true to myself. But yeah.
So what I'm hearing you say, right, is that it's still work in progress, but it's actually a very focused working project now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I just ran across, so fun fact, I am a Eagle Scout.
Okay, very cool.
I did Boy Scouts. It is pretty cool.
You got your tattoo?
In some spaces. No, I don't have a tattoo.
Wouldn't that be insane if they make every Eagle Scout
get a tattoo? Like you're in the military or something?
They age at like 13 or something. Whatever age people are. That'd be crazy. Well, I'm sorry, keep going.
No, you're good. I read a statement, a letter about myself to kind of get my Eagle rank. And I just read it today because I was looking for...
Oh, that's insane.
I know.
How old were you, by the way?
This was in 2015 when I got my Eagle, I think. And so I was 17, about a decade ago.
That's insane. That's insane to have that documented. To have that...
The importance of documentation!
And another great thing of like how life lessons from conceptual art was it can still be used in other aspects of your life. Yes, that's insane.
I've definitely been enjoying it. So I read it, and at the end of it, it goes, I'm going to college to study engineering physics, but I actually have no idea who I want to be in life. All I know is what I want to learn. And I just thought that was fascinating because, like, I thought I was going to school at that time. I wrote that, but like while I was in school, I was going to school to be an engineer, you know, but I really didn't know who I wanted to be. And I'm sure I embodied that in a lot of ways, which is probably what led me to being open about being a filmmaker in the first place. But yeah, like I didn't even know like who I wanted to be. And like I love that I do have the clarity. I know you were talking about the buckets before, but I do now have that clarity of like who it is that I want to be, you know, and yeah, and I'm trying my best to follow that path. But like again, I say follow that path, albeit the path is not created. You know, I'm creating it myself, so it's really just trying to like understand what it is that I'm doing through reflection, so that I can show up in the same kind of scenarios as the person that I really want to be.
Okay. So what you're saying is reflection basically
changed my life. Yeah.
I should trademark that word. What are some of the pieces that you do have so far of your puzzle of life?
Absolutely. One of the first ones that kind of came through was...
Is it my turn?
I think so,
it is, right?
because
Okay.
no, you're good. It's okay. I've been discovering that these sessions, I never end up finishing the games.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
But one of the first things that I knew that I wanted to be, outside of being a man of God, because that was instilled in me from birth. And I've always wanted to be a pious individual, and to...
How do you define pious? That's it. I like that word too. Rummage and pious. Those are two good words.
A lot of people kind of look at it in terms of like being very religious.
Okay.
But my gripe with the word religion and how it's and what comes with it is the traditions that have been man-made and not God-made. And so
couldn't agree more.
And so for me is discovering and also exercising what it is that God wants me to do in my life. How do I communicate with Him, and how do I communicate with others with the knowledge that He shared with me? And I have learned a lot with the faith that I am part of now, but that doesn't mean that there isn't more to who God is, and that's where my fascination with language and culture comes in, because in each of these places they experience God in a different way. You know, they are all His creations. You know, they all worship Him, you know, in a very particular way. They call Him by a different name in their native tongue, and like that excites me about who God is. And I love connecting with people because it allows me to see how God is working in their lives and not just my own. And it boldens my belief in Him because I see what's going on in other people's lives, you know, and the testimonies that they share with me. And so, outside of being a man of God, one of the first things that I learned was that I wanted to be a man of my word, and I learned that through a TV show called The Originals.
Like you see, like Love Island.
No, that was so crazy. But Love Island USA is out right now. I'm actually in a group chat on Instagram.
That's hilarious.
I don't actually watch it I think it's on Sundays, but like I want to, but like I just know there's drama. And
Also, they don't just drop the whole. Oh, I guess it's reality.
no,
TV,
it's
so-
reality. Yeah,
Interesting.
because
okay.
and because it's TV, like it's broadcast.
Wow,
so, like,
it really came full circle. Holy shit.
they need viewers, and it's like
Yeah.
I'm gonna tease, the next episode or whatever.
Wow, that really went full circle. Holy shit. We're basically back to
at the beginning.
what's that called? Regularly scheduled. I guess it's not regularly scheduled though. They just release it on. That's interesting.
It is regularly scheduled. Like they had to create all the episodes prior to them releasing it.
Okay.
But they're releasing it, once a week at that particular time. And they even do that with shows like big shows like Game of Thrones, and even like some major shows on Netflix or Amazon Prime. Like our TV shows, like they'll release the first 2 episodes, like say for a TV show, and then they'll release an episode every week. And
Wow.
then eventually the whole season is on Amazon.
They're
they-
wising up. Like if we just give them too much,
Yeah,
they can't be trusted. It's like giving a toddler sugar. I remember the first time I ever went to a restaurant, like as an adult, because my mom would never allow us to have like sugar or sodas growing up.
Mine either.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, it's
Absolutely. It was beneficial.
Yeah.
It was for sure.
Needless to say, I had yet to develop the muscle
I'm
of.
so sorry. You moved this?
Yes. Actually, I moved here.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So I had yet to develop the muscle of knowing when to say no to sugar. I still remember this. Like I went to Popeyes with a friend. Dude, they give you like a massive cup, just filled up with Coke, and
That's so much.
yeah, dude, and it was like the big one too, right? I remember just like chugging like 2 cups. I was like, damn, this shit's good.
You said 2 cups? I don't know.
And I got like a stomachache afterwards.
Of
I was
course.
like, oh.
It's dang. And I'm sure it was gassy. You were
Yeah.
gassy too.
But jeez. Are you getting bit up too?
A little bit, but not as much as before. I'm sorry you get bit up.
Yeah.
It
And
is
what
the
sucks is
summer out.
I usually keep
Oh, like a little spray thing?
yeah in my car, but I literally today took it out.
No, that's okay. We're this is probably one of my longer interviews, so like, at some point we can, say goodbye and thank you. But I kind of want to get I really want to see where this game is going before we depart.
Yeah, 100% though.
So,
How are you? Because I feel like chess, it's live. You feel again like poker. You can feel the tension. Are you interpreting, experiencing, or reading this current game in any way?
yes, right now I am trying to ensure that I am visualizing the entire board and not getting stuck on one piece.
Okay, that's
as
good.
I watch you
Yeah.
move. Yes, that's what I'm kind of focused in on right now. What kind of beetle is that? Crazy.
Oh my god, dude! I made a huge mess up. I castled my queen, not my king.
Now you're king.
Oh shit!
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know you could castle your queen, but I was like, Alex knows whatever, so he got it. But I was like,
You can do that? Yeah, let's go.
I was like, sure, whatever.
Oh shit! All right, well, I don't know how to. What do you?
We've
think
already
would be
started over
fair?
once.
Yeah, I know, right? I feel like there should be some sort of penalty that disadvantages me.
No, it's okay. Don't even worry about it.
Are you sure?
That's good. The last interview I did, we were playing dominoes, and the dominoes had colors and numbers, and like the colors were like all mixed match. But we
Okay.
were trying. It's okay. This is really background noise, Even though you're super competitive, I know you're trying to win.
I just wanted to be fair. And that's another thing I value that I notice is fairness. That's why I can be very like when I'm getting, because sometimes I play games for fun. Sometimes, especially if there's money on it, it can like really bring out the competitiveness. And so I get really anal about talking about the rules up front because I want to make sure it's fair. A lot of my friends see that and they're like, oh, he's just like super competitive or like he's prickly. To me, it's like I just want to get all out there so I know what I can do to go all out.
what I can do. Like I want to play as hard as I can within,
With
my
what
body, what I've got. But just what you're. I mean, that's definitely a reflection of your life. Like you've been giving. I mean, you were like born in a certain place with a particular set of parents, and like you're trying to go as hard as you can with the cards that you were dealt with in life.
Yeah.
So. Go ahead. No, you're good.
I was going to share what's going through my head is sometimes it's funny because like sometimes I visualize these games in different military time periods. This is definitely like old English times, like a big battlefield. And what's going through my mind is I don't know if you can feel it, but I feel like I'm slowly splitting your.
I know,
and you feel the pressure, right? Because now you feel limited space. So that's
it does.
kind of how I'm interpreting this right now. I should have told you that.
No, that's okay. That's fine. Reveal it to me. So, which is great. You want to know why? It's so funny you said, I don't know why I'm telling you this right now, because it segues into the next big thing that I learned about myself that I I am this all the time now, today, and I'm very happy that I am. And so, when I was in college, I was working at a autism center that was on my campus. And this was the second college I was at, Florida Institute of Technology, getting my biomedical engineering degree. And so, while I was at this autism center, I was working with a lady who said something very interesting to me, which was, she goes, Sage, you have this gift where people just like want to talk to you about themselves. And I'm so like, I don't know what you're saying. That sounds crazy. To me, I'm not gonna lie, like,
yeah.
I don't know, like, what could possibly, like, I'm just a regular guy, like, what could possibly be about, like, what about me could possibly motivate someone or drop someone's defenses to kind of share about, like, and what am I giving in return for them to even want to, like, have this exchange? And
those are two fantastic questions, by the way.
And so,
wow.
I didn't see it as a gift, but then, like, after she said it, now I'm, like, thinking about it now when I'm in conversations, and I'm, like, picking up and, like, what, like, I'm honing in more into, like, what people are actually saying and why they're saying it, and, like, now, like, I already overanalyze people, and so now, because of this new knowledge, like, now I'm, like, pairing, like, their inner thoughts with, like, their behavior, with their words, and also something that I do now, too, is, like, when I'm in a public setting, too, like, how I experience an individual and what they're saying, like, the music also plays a lot with it too, and so, like, now there's like a rhythm. Yeah, absolutely. And so, like, now there's a rhythm of your language with the music, and, like, and then I pay attention to, like, even now, like, there was a break, it's like, okay, what was said in this break, like, and so
wow.
Anyway, so, like, this all evolved from, like, this lady telling me this, and so then I started thinking about it when I was in conversations, and I'm like, wow, like, this actually does happen. Maybe it is a gift because I'm not doing anything, like, I have no idea, like, how this is even happening.
Yeah.
And then, like, as I have hoped, I've gotten closer with God. I will say that because I don't know anything.
Good catch.
Yeah. Right. I've hoped that I've drawn closer to Him, and, like, with this, this gift has really, like, exploded, and that's even how I even got to this kind of this podcast skin, like, started from this little, like, information about myself, and so now I purposely put myself in positions where, like, I am interacting with humans and learning about them, knowing that, like, something miraculous is going to happen, and that's how I kind of treat this podcast, where it's like, I know that I want to have a conversation about this individual, but I don't know where it's going to lead. But I know that it will be beautiful because of the individual that I am, having the faith that, like, God is working through me as I'm speaking to you right now. So, like, that is where my mind is at.
At what age do you think that clicked for you?
Of, like,
just that, like,
which aspect?
Basically, like, if you have faith that things are. Yeah, basically just the faith that, things will, because God's working through
Absolutely.
It. When did that really click for you?
Where did that really click for me? I'm not gonna lie, where it really clicked for me was not too long ago, probably like last week or week before, when I started studying the book of Colossians, because it talks a lot
The book
about
of
Colossians. It's in the New Testament.
I thought you said Colossians.
Colossians? That would be crazy. But Colossians, Colossians,
Okay.
Colossians. Yes. And so in this book, it speaks about the power that Jesus possesses, even though he was human. Like, it's like the great mystery of like how was Jesus also God but also human, and also the power that comes from acknowledging this fact and knowing that like by surrendering yourself to God, and yeah, we'll just stop there. Surrendering yourself to God. There is a comfort in knowing that whatever is going on, like, it's not going to be too much that you can't handle. It's going to, like, you will be able to work through it. And like I always say that one of my best skills in life, and I feel like that's for a lot of people, like just being human, is being a problem solver. Like, that's inherent with living life. Like, you can't get through life without being a problem solver, or else like you might as well just die today, honestly, because it's too hard, like if you can't sit there and figure it out, like, take me away, like, because like, I mean, you can all, so not too long ago, but I would say when I started college is when my relationship with God started to take off. And so I would say it was then that I started exploring this power of faith, and where was the truth in that. Like, with me having faith, like, will it result in a peaceful life? Like, me, like, the life that I want to live is just a peaceful life. Like, that's all I need is peace. And so I started exploring, my faith more, challenging it, challenging other people's faith against mine, and vice versa, just trying to find the truth in who God was. And I've learned, that I'm able to discover who God is through other people, because we are His creations.
Interesting.
And so that is like one of my biggest prayers is like,
that's really interesting.
One of my biggest prayers is asking God to continue to reveal Himself to me and to show how He is working in other people's lives. And I feel like with that constant prayer that I do pray, and like also has like, that's a mental thing, praying about something specifically constantly, it definitely shifts your mindset. And so with that, I come into conversations differently. I'm very aware of the words that are coming out of my mouth. That's something I kind of wanted to do after watching that one show too, the original. It's like, there was this one character, like, he was in this manner of like, he always meant what he said, and he was very careful with his words. And yeah, because people like to twist your words and do a lot of things. But anyways, whatever. And also, like, I value people's trust. And if people can't trust me to say what I mean or do what I say, like...
That's exactly what a con man would say. I'm just being set up for the long haul.
You know what's funny? One of my favorite shows is called White Collar. And it was my first favorite show before the originals. And it is about a con man. He's an art...
Oh, wow.
But I actually learned a lot about who I wanted to... In that show, I discovered like my affinity towards art in that show a lot, and like how confident I wanted to be. And I also fell in love with fedoras then when I watched that show, because the main character would always wear a fedora, and like always being able to move on your feet, like I learned like how I wanted to be that kind of person watching that. So that's another major thing that I learned and when I learned it. But I think it's really been clicking recently since I started studying the book of Colossians, because I always express to a lot of my friends that like there is more to God than what I know and what the Bible says. That's just what I feel. Yeah. And so it's like, how can I tap into that?
No way any one book or religion could
encapsulate a being, of this magnitude. And so it's like, if that's the case, so it's like, let me experience Him like personally. How do I do that? and that's what I want to share with other people. Like, you can experience God personally. Like, just because He's this all being doesn't mean that He does not want to connect with you. And I speak from my own experience in being able to share what I have learned and what I've gone through with other people. And it's like, yo, like, I've been in these ridiculous situations, but like, yeah.
Can you give like an example of like something new you learned about God through someone else?
An example. Did you move all the way?
I think it's your turn. I think
Really?
the last move I did was.
Oh no, but I moved my castle.
Did you? Okay.
Yes, to F1. So we need to get like a little.
I think I moved here after you moved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm thinking. Let me make a move before I go.
It's nice out today.
It is, and my friend who lives here. I was asking like how like loud does it get on a Friday night? But it's been very peaceful.
You picked a good spot, man.
So,
Dude, because I love Cosmic, but I don't think
it'll be too much. Yeah.
I mean, they got like a DJ and
Oh, for real?
yeah.
Jeez. You're moving this way slowly still. But I want to.
So going back to your shirt though, one thing I've been noticing about me is I like you're saying you really like patterns. I'm really into like texture now.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
I'm a texture man all the way through. It's why I hate wearing jeans. But yes, texture. And I discovered when it comes to texture, like I love texture in my artwork. And like I've been trying to figure out like how to add texture, and like what does that even mean visually? But yes. Which is why I also like wearing linen too, because of the texture, like that's always beautiful. And like even with yours, like you have like these stress marks in your shirt, like I love that. So, but something
stress marks from like trying to keep it all in.
No, I feel like it was made that way.
You know that meme where you see Peter Parker?
Oh yes, with the in front of the train trying to stop it. Yeah, that's a good scene actually.
That was a good scene.
Because right after it, they lifted him up on the train and then they unmasked him. That was an emotional scene right there.
I think that's perfect proof that like,
wow, touching the king is crazy.
Do I need this? Hold on.
You see, honestly, when you say second camera, I really need 3 cameras because if I'm going to be doing this style, I need a camera overhead on the game itself,
Yeah. I'm just picturing some like frustrated chess fan like.
Yo, Max. Don't worry about the chess game. Don't worry. It's about what we're discovering in this conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of which, I forgot what we're.
Textures? No, but what we're really at, you were asking me what have I learned about God through another person. I'm trying to figure out a good example or something to share, or maybe a recent one. Because you said recent, right?
Anything. And if it, nothing's coming to you either. We'll just come back. I feel like my speaking style now is that, right? Just like abrupt, like changes to the next topic, and then take it over here.
Okay, so how can we incorporate this into your life now? If this is the case. Do you feel like it inhibits your communication, or does it enhance your conversations?
Oh, interesting question. I think in certain situations, like in social gatherings, it's a strength because you can garner an audience's attention, things of that sort. You can socialize. I think in other situations, like sales calls or when I'm trying to teach someone something, I'd assume it could probably be
a little frustrating.
Yeah. 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 It's an interesting question, though.
So I would say, to answer your question, so I firmly believe that humans are created in the image of God. And so that shapes my perspective on discovering different qualities about God through people. As such, I have learned an extreme tenderness about God. Because when people begin to open up about themselves and they drop whatever they they have that's surrounding them when they're out in front of other people that are not me, because whatever this gift is that I have no idea, I see, like, I can feel, sometimes I can feel the heaviness on their heart, I can feel the confusion in their life, I can feel their longing to be understood, or even their desires when this happens. And so, like, again, through that, I see, like, how tender God is towards his own creations, because a lot of different faiths, when it comes to, like, because I can't say all because I don't know all. So in a lot of the faiths that I do know, there is a afterlife, there's a heaven, there's a hell, and so my life is kind of revolved around, like, how am I going to get into this place, or how I'm going to avoid the other place, or what is it going to be like after this life is over. And, like, cool if you believe that, those are valid things to be thinking about. But what is more interesting to kind of explore is
It's there.
It is there.
I can see it percolating.
It is there. What's more interesting to explore within humans is, like, how they are, I don't know if I want to say experiencing life, but that's not what I want to say, because I know what I want to say, but it's just like we're having this conversation about something that's just in it. But let me just kind of backtrack, and then maybe I can kind of find where it is that I wanted to go. And so, while witnessing people in this kind of space, I am learning that, like, oh, got you, because I was talking about the faiths, and thank you. I wasn't you, but I'm saying thank you, because I had to backtrack to find where I was going, which was in a lot of different faiths, depending on where you're going. It's workspace. It's like, I need to live a particular lifestyle so that I can get here and avoid there. I need to make sure that I follow this particular regimen, and like those kind of things I encapsulate under religion. Which is why I don't like, So I don't like how religion, like all the things that come behind religion when we talk about being pious, and so. It's all workspace. And so, like, with reading Colossians and with, like, experiencing different people, like, you really understand that it has nothing to do with, like, the strict regimen that you do, or, like, what you're excluding from your life. It's really about your character, and also understanding that, like, God will transform you. There's nothing you have to do. Literally, if you want to accept that there is a God that exists, and you want to see what he's about, boom, watch your life be transformed. And I'm telling you, there's literally nothing that you have to do. It'll be transformed for the better. And that's what I've learned through other people about God, I would say. Yes.
So it's almost like a new way of looking at it is not that life is a workspace, but almost like this is just getting you ready for the afterlife.
Right, and if
life is just something. It's
a continuation, Absolutely, yes. Because like in my faith, I believe that, like, even in heaven, it'll be a continuation of the characters that we already possess. Like, I am getting into heaven not because of the things that I do, but because of my character. A continuation,
or is it now like static? Like this is now your character.
No, it continues to grow. Okay. It continues to grow. Why you're even
that's
in this different...
even in the afterlife.
Mm-hmm. And I have a friend who's like, man, like, he goes, I know this might be bad to say, but like, I'm not really messing with heaven like that, because in heaven, like, he feels, and I didn't have enough knowledge to kind of expound upon this with him, but he feels as though, at the time I would say, I probably do that, but he feels as though in heaven, like I'm at the pinnacle of my being. And he says, what if one of his favorite things about life is always growing and always aspiring to be more. And he goes, also almost a fatal flaw of the human as well is always wanting to chase something different and something more. You know, we're always climbing and all. And but he's like, in heaven, from what he's been taught, he's like, I really don't care about going to heaven because I won't have that kind of drive anymore. I'm just going to be stuck being this one individual, you know, and I don't like that. But my belief is that our characters continue developing and evolving as time goes on. The only difference now is that instead of being mortal beings, we're immortal beings, you know, which I'm sure comes with its own things, and like not in a bad way, but like it comes with its own things, like how I'm approaching knowledge and like what it is that I want to do in my life now, you know, now that I have eternity.
I wonder, because I feel like there's like two ways of interpreting that. The first one is like, is there room for you being like, so let's take the stereotypical, like once you die you become like you know, perfect, but does that let's say you are your highest being, can growth still live? You know, like maybe the two aren't mutually exclusive. Maybe you can still be at your highest being, but you're still experiencing the afterlife. It's like, just because you've maxed out all your character points in video game doesn't mean you can't still play.
No, absolutely. So, for sure. And so, for me, and what I hold true is that getting into heaven is not like where like is not me getting to my highest being. Is not, because remember, me getting into heaven has nothing to do with like my works, like what I am actually doing to like try to be the best human in the whole world. You know, it really has to do with my character and my belief in God. And so, with that being said, I believe that you will definitely. No, okay, because you were saying like this is your highest position. I don't think that like that's where you're necessarily at, you know, because I feel like there's going to be people in heaven that like we don't even expect to be. Is that a personal
belief, or is that a belief
tied
of
to
your...
biblical?
Okay, got it.
Yes. It is that belief is tied.
Saw you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, can I talk to y'all?
Yeah, you can. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's
You
fine.
still going?
Yeah, it's okay.
First
Thank
of all,
you so much.
fucking love what y'all doing.
I appreciate
Also,
it.
what are y'all doing?
So I have a podcast called Skin, where I just talk to individuals. Skin.
Thanks, Skin.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Where I talk to individuals about their identity and the challenges that they're facing in life, and we're seeing what kind of beautiful work comes out of that.
And chess is extra?
Chess is extra.
Or is chess always part of it?
It's a different game depending on the individual.
I love it.
So the last
I'm
guy.
a big chess guy. So that's
really?
What drew me over here. Right.
Well, we might have to do it and play chess.
Love that.
So,
All right.
but that's that. And I watched a show where like I don't know if it's true or not, but the psychologist was like, oh, when you're doing art or playing games, you know, a lot of your inhibitions kind of drop, so you can kind of and you're a lot more vulnerable. So this is
You show creativity while being vulnerable.
Absolutely. So like now this is me kind of testing that to see if it actually works.
I like it a lot. What's your
I
name?
can see it being kind of like a
I'm
distraction.
Chet. Yeah.
Spell it for me.
C-H-E-T.
Okay, pleasure
Like
to meet you.
Baker.
Yes,
Alex, nice to meet you.
Thank you,
Cool.
thank you.
Yeah.
Are you like rated or anything, or?
No. I do play here and there, and I'm on chess.com all the time.
Yeah.
Training, and I saw this ad, not an ad, just an article where a lot of professional athletes are taking chess.com lessons, and I love that for them.
Interesting.
I just love chess is good for everything, you know?
Absolutely, it is.
Cool.
It is.
I'll let y'all get back to it.
Well, thank you, Chaz. It's
course.
me and you.
Also, I'm going to come back and follow where I can listen to you, all right?
No, I will. Thank you.
Random fact I just remember reading. So I don't know if you watch a lot of football. Larry Fitzgerald was like I think he was a really popular wide receiver for the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
And I followed his career a lot because he went to Valley Forge Military Academy, so that's where I went for high school. So, you know, any pro athlete comes from your school, you're going to root them on.
No, absolutely, you are.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you have to.
And, I just took a look at his LinkedIn profile recently because he's like retired and I guess doing business ventures. I was like scrolling through. One of the things he has on LinkedIn is he's like an investor in chess.com. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
That kind of makes me like him even more now.
And what I'm learning now is, okay, so chess.com is like the official site, and like that's where the rating comes from.
Not so much. So
Okay.
chess.com is mainly just like its own platform. So think of it
Okay.
as like its own league. But so like when people have ratings, you know, usually they're talking about like World Chess Federation rating or something like that.
And how does one rate themselves? Like,
I think, and so you know what's funny you say that is because a joke I have with some friends is like one of the tiers of like how you know how good someone is like if they even have a rating, you know they're
because of how they're playing.
because to get a rating, I think you have to like go to a few tournaments and
Oh,
you know,
okay. Like
kinda
you
like
actually have to
finding a
be in
handicap.
the
Yeah,
mix.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Was it like, yeah, I'll play like some amateur people on the street and like, yeah, I'll
Yeah.
play like a rating 6 or I don't know how the rating score is, but
so to me it's a good way of kind of gauging like where someone's at. So
because Mr. Competitive trying to see if you can beat them or not.
yeah, sizing them up. A
Yes,
little.
you are literally sizing them up.
Oh man.
Okay,
Knight to King 4.
Yeah.
where
Barely know what that means.
where did you move? Because I feel like the last time you were touching your king, but you did something else.
Oh, I moved my pawn here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful.
Or did I?
Because like this one you already did, that was already there, and the last move that I made was no, that was before. I think it was this move right here.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
my last move.
That was
Okay.
oh, dude, that bug spare was a life.
The-
Oh man, I should have given you some.
Oh, true. It's okay.
That
Wait.
was
Oh,
really-
he took it back. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, because I thought he worked here at first, giving you
I
the
don't-
buzzer, but it doesn't matter because he
In
gave you
my
what you
mind,
needed.
I still don't know.
It's okay.
Both are still plausible.
But I'm glad you got the bug spray.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, so on religion, I have
True.
similar thoughts in terms of like, I haven't studied other religions extensively, but I've at least done my due diligence to familiarize myself with most
The
of
basics,
the
yeah.
major world religions.
Mhm.
And I feel like if you actually follow the doctrine of the religion, it's more so of like, they seem like a playbook of like, hey, if you follow these tenets, you are most likely going to experience life then in a higher level of consciousness. But I think we sometimes lose sight of why they had the doctrine in the first place and follow it more as like a black and white thing. Because I do believe, taking a step back, that my personal belief is that I think there is absolutely a way to experience life at a very high level of consciousness. And I think that in order to experience life like that, I think you have to, it's a constant juggle of like getting all these parts in your life balanced. And it's never finished. It's a constant. So sometimes you fall out of it. Sometimes you get back into it. It's like when Jamie Foxx said in an interview that he doesn't like create music. He just accesses it because music is just out there and you tap into it.
That's kind of how I write. Like when I'm writing, I visualize what I'm seeing and I just like write down what I see.
Interesting.
Yeah.
When you write, like when you journal or when you write for your
When I write
filmmaking?
for my stories, my films.
Interesting.
Yeah, I visualize it and then I just see what's happening and then I jot it down. I close my eyes again. Okay, what's happening next? What are you doing? And then kind of write it down.
You should try just like recording yourself. AI can just like take that transcript.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's funny you say that because I drive a lot. I love road tripping. Probably when my car's out of commission
Yeah,
now.
I was literally-
And my father would always tell me, he's like, Michael, because he called me my middle name. He goes, Michael, don't be driving your car up and down like cross states because but
Yeah.
it's okay. I got 210,000 miles out of it in 10 years
not
of
bad.
use.
That's not bad, man.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Were you the first owner of the car?
No, I wasn't.
No?
It was a used car. I bought it. It was a 2008. I think I got it for like 10 grand.
Okay.
But my father was gracious and paid it off for me. One of
Yeah.
the biggest blessings. I cannot imagine a car note. And like now that I don't have a car, one of the reasons why I won't get another car, because I do not want a car
You're not
note.
gonna get another car?
I am, but like I need a more consistent income before I like
I feel you.
commit to getting a car.
It's it's a lot of capital just sitting in that, you know.
Oh, and investing into a car.
Mhm. But yeah, I think we were talking about how
Yes, bring us back.
I said something in a segue to that's how you write as
Oh
well.
yes. Because you're talking about the interview with Jamie Foxx where he says he just accesses the music.
Yes,
and I was
yes.
saying Similar to how I feel like I write and
Yeah.
visualizing.
That's
the story.
interesting.
Because like I'm not gonna lie, like discovering about who I am just by living. I'm like, this is definitely like I had to be a filmmaker because like and this I might sound crazy on camera, but like sometimes like
Mhm.
there'll be these scenes playing out of my mind, and like I need to write them down. Maybe it's
Yeah.
part of a larger film, or like there'll be like this back and forth dialogue that I have to like write down that I could possibly use. And then also I'm a very vivid dreamer, and so I've been trying to like one of my biggest goals right now is like trying to be consistent in recording my dreams every single day, even though I might not remember all of it. That's my whole.
I want to go there in a second.
We're gonna go there. And so, because like my barrier to doing this every single day right now is like I wake up and I'm like, I don't remember the whole thing, but I want to know the whole thing, and that's because I wait too late. I wait too long to record it. My mom's like, you just need to have the journal by your bedside, so when like kind of thing. But like. Anyway, so that's that. But anyway, because I dream vividly, like I try to take a lot of like these imaginations that I have in my mind and create something with it. And so yeah, like one of my biggest desires is like wanting to bring whatever's in my mind, because there's some beautiful things and crazy things as well that I think would be awesome to be seen. Is like bring it out on the paper, bring it out on the screen. Like that's where like my desire for a lot of the skills that I want to have come from. Is like being able to take what's in my mind and bring it out.
Interesting. It's basically what a true artist does. Sees a vision and creates it.
Yes.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Is this still my turn? I feel like, did you say you moved out right there?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
let me go ahead and go.
Well, how do we get to the Jamie Foxx part? Oh, religion.
Oh yeah,
See if I can make this connection. Yeah, so I do believe that there's a way to experience life at a very high level of consciousness.
Mhm.
And I also think that it's universal. That there are universal tenets that regardless of race, gender, culture, you could have growing up as an indigenous person, growing up in like a very modern world. I think there's a universal thing, playbook, tenets, whatever.
And I think that's evident by, and like yourself, I haven't studied religions extensively, but you'll see in a lot of religions, like a lot of their beliefs are surrounded around being a better human being, and I feel like that's evident. in what
Exactly,
you're saying,
because when you are living that, you probably feel grace with God, you feel connected with God, and it allows you to, I feel like when you are living and connected at that level, and I'm being careful with my words because I think my personal belief is that I think you could experience life like that with or without the specific terminology of religion.
I agree. I agree with you.
But
yes,
I do feel like when you're living and tapped into that, you naturally don't want to do certain things that keep you down at that frequency. Things like, drugs, drinking,
the way you talk,
everything.
How you treat your body.
Yeah. So, to me, and so perfect example, right? Of like, this is just how I interpret it, because I took a world religions class once,
Okay.
and we were talking about Judaism and the Ten Commandments, because that's, one of the core Abrahamic religions that all religions branch off of. And the teacher was saying, like, you got to put yourself in the context and the timing of them,
especially when studying these holy texts.
Exactly.
You have to look at it in context.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. And so I think it wasn't the Ten Commandments, but we were talking about like how I think like maybe they don't eat pork or something, or like I think we were talking about what kosher meant and where that came from. And so I think one of the things my teacher was saying was like, you think about pork back in the day, it was viewed as a very dirty animal. And I think the way I interpret that now when I'm older is that we all know how important diet is. Like when we start eating healthier foods, we quite literally vibrate at a higher frequency.
Yes,
we feel good about ourselves.
We do.
And my interpretation is like they were trying to capture that, right? Of like, hey, these foods, we're not saying don't eat these because it's just some arbitrary rule, but it's like, the belief was probably like it's a dirty food. It will probably make you feel dirty and weighed down or something. So that's how I interpret it. So that's an example of like, I feel like all religious doctrine is actually trying to get people to experience that level of consciousness. We just don't know that. Because when I hear people talk about what it feels like to have a connection with God, like you probably have seen, it feels and sounds the same across all religions probably. And so I think that's proof, right, of like there's some kind of universal thing. Religion is just how we
interpret it,
or it's the best way we've been able to make sense of it or try to. So yeah, I do think that's lost on people though, that religion is probably more and so created to help people live life a certain way.
But humans have gotten in the mix of it and
Yeah.
dirtied it up, so
Yeah.
there's that. Which is truly
Go
unfortunate.
humans.
Yeah. Woo. Happy to be one. Let me wave my human flag. Yes.
How funny would that be if you did have
A human flag?
Yeah.
I mean,
just picture on your antenna of your car?
I feel like it'll work. Well, you're talking about just for me. I think it's about for the podcast. Like, well, it worked because Skin is the name of the show. But I mean, that'd be crazy. What would it be? Like your human flag?
Although random topic divergence, but I did hear that at one point they tried to make a flag for Earth. Like, I don't know who was spearheading this, but I think there was some kind of global effort to try to. Obviously, we could never
encapsulate the entire Earth.
Or I think the reason it didn't
image.
go anywhere is because they couldn't come to any conclusion. And that's like, how do you find something that everyone's gonna agree with?
on. Yes. I mean, film studios try. In terms of like those big blockbuster films, those tentpole movies, like they try to find something that everybody will agree on. Family.
That's a good point.
Love, shared pain.
That's a great point. Yeah. That's why, like, probably the formula of creating a villain that everyone can works so good, probably.
But now, I don't say but now, but we are now. But yeah, we are now in a season of having our villains portray more acutely the human condition. And so like there's this mix of like, do we root for them or do we not root for them? Like there are aspects of this individual that don't, and like I know why he's doing the things that he's doing. Like in my favorite show, the originals, like the character Klaus, that man is ruthless. But we still love him. We still feel for him because like
Klaus, that's a solid name.
It's a solid name, but we understand why he's doing what he's doing. It's motivated by his love for his family and to keep them safe. But like he may not be choosing the right course of action every time, but we understand what his intentions are.
That's why I just finished watching Breaking Bad.
I need to actually
That's why
finish
that
it.
was so. Oh, you haven't finished
No,
it yet?
stop. I'm sorry I said that on camera
No
because people kill me for not have seen
Where'd you stop at, out of curiosity? I think there's 4 seasons or 5 seasons.
in the first season.
Oh, wow. Are you aware of the...
No.
Wow.
I just know that
Bro,
he is.
As a film lover...
See, here we go. Here we go. That's what it is. As a film lover, like, okay. Yes, throw it at me. But continue. I'll just add it to my list of grievances.
Oh, man.
I guess this is what people expect from people in my profession.
I can see that, yeah. That's hilarious.
You haven't seen The Godfather? What do you mean? Like, do
you have any films that really, or any directors that have really
resonated with me?
Yeah.
There's a film called The Secret Life of Walter Mitty that Ben Stiller did. That one, like, that was my favorite.
Ben Stiller.
Mhm.
Has he directed a lot of stuff?
He has now. Yeah. Have you seen Severance? No, man.
I don't keep up with movies nowadays.
It's okay. It's a TV show.
Too much.
And it's on Apple TV. You have that.
I just got it actually.
Oh, okay.
Dude, what got me into was, did you see the one with I think it was Seth Rogen? He's like a Hollywood executive.
Oh no, that's fairly new. That's a fairly new show.
I think
I had
you would
Apple
like
TV
that.
when it first came out,
Okay.
and they were putting out these like original like.
That's a good one.
What I appreciate about Apple is that I don't know. It's like no matter what, it's almost like HBO. You know, the production is going to be quality, and the story is going to be somewhat sound. You know, that's what you can
For
expect.
now.
Yeah,
That's
man.
how Netflix was like that too. And then that's how it always starts. And then
But everybody's trying to make money. You know, like I'm not mad at the fact that Netflix allows like independent creators to like sell their work, you know, and get it up on Netflix. But like it does oversaturate things. But.
it's gotten way too oversaturated. I feel like that's why HBO Max is, in my opinion, the only one worth investing into. But Apple TV would be. I feel like Max has definitely lost its, quality, and Apple TV is taking that new spot. That's how I view it, at least. But I don't know what regardless of what your thoughts on Elon Musk are. I do love listening to him talk about. This is like way back in the day when he'd do like press conferences with the media, and he'd talk about the progress of Tesla.
I remember
and
those
stuff.
times. Yes, I do.
And I remember this one time he was like, he was just like sharing. It's very matter of fact of like there are patterns out there, and he was like, usually when you break into a new industry, you first target. I think it was like upscale, because you sell less and you get more revenue, and then typically the next phase is you break into getting the next tier of like overall consumer goods. And so if you think about like when Tesla first came out, they had a really expensive Roadster. That's all it was, and that was
Top of the line piece,
And then he came out with the 4, and that's like for like more everyday consumers. I've enjoyed just like listening to how he talks about phases of business, and it's the same thing with the streaming companies. When Netflix first came out, high quality, but then when they're trying to scale, it's like you can't scale quality as well. So now they have all this like junk and saturation. But I think now that the ecosystem is big enough, maybe Apple is just trying to come in and get that top layer of the market, and I don't know, who knows, or maybe they're trying to get all of it. We'll see.
We'll see, in due time, because they're probably one of the newest in the game.
Yeah.
So the streaming game, the streaming wars, they call it.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Is it your turn, my turn?
I don't know, but honestly, bro, this was great. We did a great job playing chess. I definitely want to thank you so much for being on this lovely episode of Skin, and definitely the title will be something with reflection.
Yes.
So again, thank you so much, and thank you everybody that stayed on to listen and to watch, and I will see you on the next episode.